Sainers, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic start to the week. In this video, we're going to be talking about Cooper Sharman. I just did a post, so we're going to go through some of the comments on that. But the post was basically around Cooper Sharman's growing responsibility within our forward line now. You look at the forwards that we've got, the forward that we've traded in Tim Membrey. He's now one of the more experienced forwards over the last couple of years, which is surprising considering he's only played 49 games in his entire career over the past 5 seasons. So I put it out there. I think this is the year that he's really got to go to that next level and become the forward that I think we all believe he can be. I think he's got all the traits to be one of the better sort of second and third talls in the competition. I've always kind of likened him to a Bailey Fritsch, just because he's incredibly accurate. He's very unassuming, and he can do the mercurial without really getting the plaudits for it, taking screamers, kicking ripper goals, doing some really good things around the ground. It's his time now. I think it's his time now. I think a lot of our players over the next couple of years we're going to be seeing are going to be put in the same boat where they've kind of shown bits and pieces along the way, but with some of the aging stars, kind of finishing up or maybe not playing their best football, it's going to be put towards the players like Cooper to go to that next level. You know, he's now, I think, 24, 25 years old. He's getting to that point in his career where 18 goals is not going to cut it this year, and that's what he kicked last year. So, this is a really big opportunity for him now, especially because, no Tim Membrey, like I said. It's going to be Max King returning from injury, a young Mitch Owens down there. There's not much else going on, and obviously maybe Rowan Marshall goes down there if we can sort out the ruck situation. But for the majority of 2025, I believe Cooper Sharman is going to be our second tall alongside Max King. So what does that mean for him? How many goals do we want him to kick? Let's go through the comments and see what people think. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, by the way, but it just did. So how many goals do Sainers really think he's going to get? And I'll tell you how many goals he's kicked in his career up until this point, because it makes for very interesting reading. So people think 30 to 40 goals is achievable. I think Tim Membrey kicked around 38 last season, 30 plus, 50, 56 goals, 35, 50, 30 plus. So a lot of people think 30 plus for Cooper Sharman. So in his career, the most he's ever kicked in a season is 18. And that was 2024. So 18 goals, 12 behinds from 18 games. But obviously, he's not ever really been pure second tall. He hasn't really had that responsibility. It's always been King, Membrey, then Sharman, maybe even Caminiti. So he's always kind of had to fight for that spot. But I think this year, I'm hoping at least he gets that chance as that second tall to really blossom. In his career, he's kicked 46 goals, 22. So he's always been probably the best set shot in our team alongside Tim Membrey. I think he's the best set shot. I know every time when I'm at a game, it's pretty funny actually. I wanted to do a video on this to show you, but to me, he's the quickest celebrator from when the ball hits his boot. He literally goes straight into the celebration. So I never watch where the ball's going. I always watch Cooper, and if he kicks it and he doesn't react, I think he's missed it. But if he kicks it and he goes straight into the fist pump, I know he's kicked the goal, and I don't even have to worry about watching it go through the big sticks because his reaction tells me everything. So he's the only player that does that I've seen in our team. So he's the easiest to gauge when he's taking a shot, but most of the time he's kicking it. He's only kicked 46 goals though. So a lot of people in the comments, myself included, I believe he can kick 30 plus. We're going to assume that this year, with more responsibility, more game time as that second pure tall, he could almost double his career tally over the last 4 seasons. That's a big jump to go from 46 from 2021 to 2024 to 30 plus in 2025. But that is the pressure, and that's the trajectory that I think we should demand as fans. This is the time. He's shown enough. This is the time. Max King, if he comes in and kicks 50 plus, and there's Sharman there with 30 plus, that is a very solid sort of combination of 80 to 90 goals between two forwards, not including midfield goals, not including Rowe going there, Mitch Owens, and the smalls, Butler and Higgins. You want them to be combining for nearly 60 goals on top. And I think it's a fair demand because we want to see more goals. We don't kick enough goals. And for us to become a more competitive team and to break into that top 8 and eventually, hopefully, that top 4, we're going to need to see, lethal finishing in the front half, which we've not seen for a very long time. And that's obviously alongside the midfield. Our biggest weakness is maximizing and hitting the scoreboard enough times when we enter the 50. You think about Cooper and what he does the leading lanes probably better than anyone else in our team. I think Max King can probably take a leaf out of how Cooper Sharman sort of operates in the 50. You watch him very closely. He very rarely wants to go for that one-on-one, mainly because he's normally been that sort of undersized forward. He's 193 centimeters now. I don't know what he weighs, obviously, because they don't really disclose that information now, but he's about the same height. Or no, he's actually substantially taller than Tim Membrey, isn't he? Membrey was what, 188, 189? Or am I getting that wrong again? But he is taller than Membrey. I know that. He can fly. I think he's one of our best marks for his size. He's tall, but he's not big. But he takes really good clunks. One, sort of just the one clunk. He doesn't have to juggle it. He's not fragile with the ball in hand. He's a really confident fella. And that's why I've always thought there's a game coming where he's going to kick 7. He's going to kick something like that. He's going to go nuts and rip the game open. It hasn't happened yet. His career best is 4 goals in his first season, 2021. Round 23, we all remember that game, the last game of the season against Fremantle. He kicked 3 in 2024 against Essendon in round 20. That's his best return since. In terms of overall stats, every other stat, career best. 2024. So that's a really good sign. Disposals, 21 against Essendon. Kicks, 16 against Essendon. Goal accuracy, 100% against Geelong, round 23, 2024. Most marks in his career, 10 against Essendon. Most tackles, 5 against Adelaide, where he started like a house on fire, if you remember. I think he kicked a goal or 2 early, and then the rain came and that was it. And his most AFL fantasy points, 112 against Essendon. So he very much enjoyed Essendon in 2024, as did a lot of other clubs, but Sharman definitely did. But we need to see more of that in 2025. And all of his career best came round 18 and beyond. So his back end of the season, just like the club overall, was really, really strong. So that gives me really, really good optimism going into this season that hopefully he can follow through, especially because he's going to be more of a focus. He's always the decoy. Every time we play Geelong, he's on Tom Stewart. He does the best job on Tom Stewart, but he doesn't get a touch or a stat because he's just competing. He's just the decoy so King and Membrey can kind of do their business. Now, there's no Membrey, and he's now getting to that point. 50 games, nearly 50 goals on the board. This is where I think it's his time to shine. So I don't think it's unfair to put this sort of pressure on players because we believe in them, because I believe he can be a very, very valuable player for our forward line and for the team. He's so deadly. He's that sort of, he needs 6 kicks inside 50 and he's got 5 goals won. That's the sort of player I see Cooper Sharman as. He doesn't need to get that much of the ball. He's highly efficient. He's one of our best set shots. I really do think he's still a little bit underrated within the competition, within the fan base. But even from sort of debut onwards, some of the goals he was kicking. I remember a goal against Geelong at Cardinia Park where we kicked 5 early goals and we lost the game, but we started on fire and he kicked a goal from the boundary 50 out. And his set shots don't look like they can carry that distance, but then he just kicks it easy. And that was in his 3rd game. So this is sort of the year. He's put on size. He's got confidence. Now he's got responsibility and experience. This is his time. So I put it to you, Sainers. Am I being fair? Do you see Cooper Sharman as being that sort of second fiddle to King? Is he primed to have a 30, 40? Some people even suggested he could reach 50 goals this season. Is that ambitious? Is that silly? Or is that realistic in your eyes? Let me know what you think about Cooper Sharman, where he sits in this team. Maybe there's Sainers out there that don't think he's actually a foregone conclusion in selection. Maybe they think he's fighting for his spot. I personally think he is a lock, but That's, that can be up for debate in the comments as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing hopefully some more over the next couple of weeks, more player focused ones. But Cooper Sharman, I posted that thing just before and it got me thinking. I'm like, I think this is his year. We're not putting pressure on a bloke that's played 20 games and one season. He's now in his 6th season. I think it's time. He's got the responsibility, and I think with the new midfield we've got, and hopefully, more efficient entries inside 50, his leads are going to be honoured more, and hopefully that means more goals. So I'll wrap it up there. That is my little deep dive into Cooper Sharman for 2025. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please like this video, comment your thoughts, and most importantly, subscribe. Nearly on 13,000. Let's get there before round 1. That'd be amazing. So thank you very much, Saners. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and as always, go you mighty Saners. See you guys.